Hello. I seem quite fuzzy right now. I don't know why that is. Am I fuzzy? Do I look fuzzy to you? I'm looking fuzzy to myself. Now, just 1 second while I get the Facebook thing sorted. Looking fuzzy on Facebook as well. Camera, wake up. Focus. Okay, maybe it's just my connection. Do I look fuzzy? No? Okay. If I look fuzzy, do let me know. Right, how are you? You well? Everything okay? Good. I hope it's good. If it's not, that's fine, but I hope it is. All right, time for a bit of meditation. It's not a class, it's just a chance to meditate together. I meditate throughout the day. This is just the one I do on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, live, multi-streaming from Ireland. Okay, so there's lots of different styles of meditation. This is just what I do. So if you're used to meditating, that's great. If you could bear with me while I just explain what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new to meditation. So for me, it starts with why I would meditate. I am trying to connect with the part of me that is that I connect with every night, but just I'm not conscious of it. It's the bit after I go to sleep, and it's the bit after dreaming. So I'm dreaming, and then I drop out the bottom of dreaming into deep dreamless sleep, where I have no memory of being there. I've got no thoughts, no body, no stories, no country, no nothing. I sort of cease to exist, certainly in the way that I normally register my existence, which sounds terrible. I mean, it sounds like death. And yet, I love going to sleep. And when I wake up, I'm refreshed. So somewhere, I know that where I go to is good. And that's where I'm trying to connect to when I meditate, but just consciously. So, as I say, for some reason, my mind can't seem to get there. So I have to figure out how to get my mind, get beyond my mind, or, part the curtains of my mind, or whatever way you describe it. So what I do is I just make a little arrangement with my mind where I say, hey, could you just stop thinking for the next 15 minutes because I want to do some meditation? And my mind is, quite enthusiastic about the whole idea. It's like, yeah, sure, I've read quite a bit about meditation. It is just a smudge out of focus. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why that is. Sorry, I got distracted. Somebody just sent me a message. Okay, give me 1 sec. Maybe there was something on the lens. Has that helped? Strange. Okay. That help? No. Okay. All right. Not sure what that's about. It's mostly what I'm saying anyway. Well, I can't remember where I was now. Turning off my thoughts anyway, pretty much. My mind is behind the idea, basically. That's what I was getting to. It's like, yep, okay, fine, let's do that. And then stopping thinking is relatively easy to do because thoughts are pretty much just made of pictures and sound. So if I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, that's it, I'm not thinking. So that's great. So once I do that, I'm into the practice of meditation. So what I was talking about earlier on about wanting to go to this mysterious, calm, peaceful, Zen-like, possibly eternal place, that's the intention of my meditation, and it runs parallel to the practice of meditation. And the practice of meditation pretty much goes like, I turn off the pictures, I turn off the sound, so no thoughts, and then a little bit of time passes and I discover that I'm thinking. So I go, oh, I'm thinking, turn off the pictures, turn off the sound, so I stop thinking again. And then a little bit of time passes and I discover that I'm thinking again. So I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, and so on. That's the practice of meditation. Just repeatedly, whenever I discover that I'm thinking, bringing myself back to not thinking. That's it. And it's an important distinction to make because I have people say things to me like, oh, I tried meditation. It's not really my thing. I couldn't really get into it. I was thinking a lot. I think I've got a very busy mind. It's probably just not my thing. Which is a shame because nobody's mind is any more busy than anybody else's mind. And I think it's just not really understanding the difference between the practice of meditation and the intention of meditation. Because if you have the idea that, oh, well, to meditate, my mind must be completely still. There mustn't be a ripple internally. It must be like everything I've read, calm, peaceful, zen, like all that. I mean, that does happen, but there's also thinking happens as well. And the power really in meditation is discovering that you're thinking and bringing yourself back to not thinking. Because every time you discover that you're thinking, regardless of what you're thinking about, every time you stop and you kind of go, oh, I'm thinking, and you bring yourself back to not thinking, you're indirectly telling yourself that though you are not those thoughts, that you're something else. So if you find you're thinking a lot, that's fine. You're doing grand. Now, while all that is going on, I am letting go of tension in my body as well. So I'm kind of becoming more conscious of my body. And it's too vague and soupy in there when I close my eyes not to have a system. So the system I have is I scan my body from my head down to my feet and back up again very slowly. And anywhere I find tension, I let it go. And I use my out breath to let it go. So like, okay. And that serves a couple of purposes. One, it's just natural and it helps. It's a very easy kind of, thing. It just feels like a very natural way of letting go of tension. But it's also a good way to remember how to breathe, or to remember to breathe, because it's quite easy to forget to breathe during meditation, to hold your breath during meditation. So using the out breath is a good way around that. Also, when I'm scanning my body up and down, I'm paying particular attention to any areas or structures in my body that go across my body, because mostly my body runs longitudinally, head to toe. But anywhere that goes across my body has a tendency to accumulate tension more than other areas. I sort of think of it like a log going across a stream, like it's all the twigs and the leaves and anything that's going down the stream, it picks it up. Similarly, any structures that go across my body have a tendency to do that. So I'm checking my eyes, my mouth, my tongue, my jaw, the base of my neck, my shoulders, my shoulder girdle, my joints, like my shoulders, my elbows, my wrists, my fingers, my heart area, my respiratory diaphragm, all my intestines, my pelvic floor, my hips, my knees, my ankles, and my feet. What else? So if you're new, nice quiet room, really helpful, because one of the things that triggers thoughts is noise, little noises, because as soon as you close your eyes, all your other senses amplify, so it's like you can hear further, and you notice things that you might not have noticed before. So yeah, quiet room really helps with that. I encourage you to sit up when you're meditating. If you lie down, you will probably fall asleep, because your body, if you're new to meditation, your body will go, oh, I'm lying down, got my eyes closed, it must be time for sleep. And there's nothing wrong with going to sleep, but the point of the meditation is to go into this mysterious, beautiful place consciously, not unconsciously. So if you don't fall asleep, you'll battle sleep, which is very distracting as well. So yeah, I encourage you to sit up. You don't have to sit in any special lotus position or anything like that. I'm just sitting on a chair, unless you like to sit in a lotus position, in which case, great. I set a timer for how long I meditate for, because it's just one less thing to think about. So I'm going to set mine for 15 minutes, but I'd encourage you to set yours for 5 minutes if you're new to meditation. Set it for 5 minutes and then just repeat that 3 times, because 15 minutes is a long time if you're not used to it. And around the 7-minute mark, even though you've set a timer for 15 minutes, your mind will kick in. You'll start going, did I turn that timer on? That couldn't be. I should check. No, I'm not going to check. I'm sure the timer's fine, and so on. So just do it for 5 minutes and then repeat it 3 times until you get more used to it. Then you can work up to 15 minutes. Okay, so my slightly out of focus hasn't rectified itself. Thanks for the feedback, Marnie. So I don't know what that's about. I must be feeling a little bit unfocused today. Okay, so okay, just making sure the timer starts. Off we go into the mystery. if you feel like you went very deeply into yourself, then take a minute to sort of come back before you open your eyes. Or if you feel like you can hold the inner space and then include the outer space, then great, just open your eyes. I see the meditation did not focus me. I'm still a bit out of focus. Thanks very much for meditating with me, and I'll see you tomorrow maybe for some more meditation. All right, bye.